Very tasty carrot and banana cake. Okay. Okay, today, good afternoon. This is Sharon from Everything Beautiful. Now, I am going to be baking a carrot banana cake. I have my friend here who's going to help me. And the thing is, I'm not feeling well. And I did not plan to bake, but what happened is that I was cleaning my refrigerator and I found some carrots and orange juice. So here's the carrots, here is the orange juice, and so I've used the orange juice to blend the carrots and trying to avoid also the loss of sugar, because I tested my sugar a few days ago and between 12 to 30 it was 7. Now 7 is the limit, but for me that is not good. I don't want, because if it is at 7, at between 12 and 1, can you imagine how much it is? Or it was in the morning. And reason for that, I think it's a tonic that the doctor gave me, and it is very sweet, so I think that is elevating it. So I'm going to keep this cake as natural as possible. I want to be able to enjoy it, but if I'm going to put any sugar in there, it's going to be just a little bit, because the carrot is sweet, the banana is sweet, and the orange juice is sweet. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead. So in this container, I have 1 egg, and I have about 3 bananas, and also some cinnamon powder, and I'm going to be pouring in some vanilla. So just about maybe 2 teaspoons, and I rather eyeball my stuff. So that's about 2 teaspoons. And the next step, I'm going to be adding maybe about 1/4 cup of cooking oil. Now we don't want the cake to be oily. We're trying to stay healthy, but we want it to be able not to be too dry. And I want this cake to be moist, okay? So that's going to be about maybe 1/4 cup or a little bit less than 1/4. Okay, so that is it. Okay, and I'll get back to you in just a minute. Here we are. We've combined, as a matter of fact, we're mixing the banana and everything. So the next step is to add the carrot to that mixture, and as I said, I've used the orange juice to blend the carrot. So here we go. We will add the carrot to this. And we will mix that. Very good. And here I have 1.5 cup of flour with a 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and just about a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, you can also use 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and I have here some raisins and some cranberries, and that is just to help along with the sweetness. Now we're going to be adding the flour alternately, so we're going to add the flour, then maybe a little orange juice, and again and add the flour and see how it goes. Okay, and as you know that I am the queen of simplicity. I don't like anything take too long, so I try to go the simplest way and get the best out of it. So we're supposed to be adding a little bit more orange juice, but let's see if this is going to be too thick. So when I say alternately, what you will do, you'll add flour, then you'll add liquid. It can be water, and it can also be milk. Okay, so, and I'll be adding a few raisins there. So there's also about half teaspoon of salt. Okay, so that should be it. So we're going to add some more flour. Okay. And you want to get rid of all the lumps. You don't want, when you cut the cake, you have those, you know, those white lumps, like the flour is not mixed properly. So actually my friend is doing an excellent job here by ensuring that it's all mixed properly. Okay. All right, so we'll add the rest of the flour here. That's the last of it. And as I said before, that's 1.5 cups, and to that is a teaspoon of baking soda, about a teaspoon and a half or a little less baking powder, half teaspoon of salt. The cinnamon was added before, and I think that should be pretty good. Okay, so I don't think it's too watery. I want it to be moist. So I'm going to wash my hands and taste it for flavor, hoping that you know, it is sweet enough. Okay, so that's what I'm hoping for. I really want to be able to enjoy this cake. I don't want to, as I said before, I won't be the only one eating it, but I want to be able to enjoy it. I don't want, you know, I have to say it is too sweet, I can't eat it, but I won't be able to enjoy it. So I've tasted it and it tastes pretty good to me, but I think I need to add just a little bit more orange juice just to make it a little bit lighter. And I think that I could have maybe ease up on the salt a little bit. You know, I have high blood pressure, so I don't want to have that whole lot of salt. So I think I could have eased up on the salt. It's just about half teaspoon, but it's good. It's very good. I'm adding a few more raisins, and when I'm ready to put it in the oven, I will get back to you. Thank you for watching. So here it is. This is the batter. I put it in the dish, and now I will be closing the toaster oven. And if you watched my video when I was baking a cake, I told you about my toaster oven, that I really don't like that like to use the oven on my stove. I rather just use the toaster oven and unplug the fridge to save some electricity whenever I'm baking. So it's closed, and when it's dry, I'll test it to see if it is baked, and then we can dine and have some cake and wine together. Okay, thank you. I don't know if I should call this cake impulsive, carrot banana cake, because I did not plan to bake yesterday. I just cleaned my refrigerator and I found some carrots in there and some orange juice, and I had the other ingredients, so I decided I would bake a cake, and it turned out so very well. I promised I would have some with you yesterday evening, but I became very selfish because it tastes so good. I don't even want to share it with my neighbor who helped me with the mixing of the batter. It is really good, very healthy, and very good for a diabetic because natural sugar is in it, and it is very sweet. It just tastes good. And so I decided that I would have some for breakfast this morning. So here it is. I'm having it with papaya, and that's the fruit I have at home just now. And as you can see, I cut a hunk from it yesterday, almost last night. There it is. What I really like about it is that it's not crumbly. It has a texture more like a pudding texture, and so when I bite into it, I feel, you know, I taste exactly what I was looking for. And I hope that you will be inspired to really try this carrot banana cake. I would say carrot banana because the carrot was a little bit more than the banana. And another thing, if I sound a little bit muzzled yesterday, it was because I was wearing a mask while my neighbor was here. I'm really having some sinus issues and I don't want to take any chance, so I was wearing a mask. So I will be having my cake for breakfast this morning. As I said, I hope you really will be inspired to try this cake. It really turns out very, very good. So thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best. Have a blessed day, and just continue to be good to yourself and to others. This is Sharon again from Everything Beautiful.